Holly Cave, followed by James Satva. Is it? I'm sorry.
Hi, my name is Holly Cave. My husband and I reside here in Rockingham County. We have four school-age children. Less than 48 hours ago, there was an online petition placed. It was placed on one social media platform, one, not 2, 3, 4, or 19. And in about 45 hours, we have signatures and signatures and signatures and signatures. I can only imagine if I'd put it on multiple platforms how many we would have had. And you have a copy of that petition in your emails. I sent to all the board members a little after 6 o'clock today. But I feel like the community has covered tonight everything that I would have covered, and oddly enough, today I felt led to go in a different direction. So I think the 90% of the people that answered the survey back in the early fall that was sent out regarding the mask wearing, 90% wanted high school students, felt like it was okay for them to shed their mask, and 79, almost 80% felt like it was okay for the elementary school kids too. And I hope that you guys review those results. To my knowledge, you never released them to the public, at least not from the school board. And I think that we were well represented here tonight, that 80 to 90%. So I'm going to go in a different direction and thank our community for allowing me to spread my wings tonight. I want to talk about The Art of War. The Art of War was a document that was written by a Chinese military strategist named Sun Tzu. And in it, it was taught in the military, it's been taught in our colleges, and in it he talked about the 4 stages in subverting a nation. The first is demoralization, which we see when we take Bibles and such out of the schools. And that happened over decades and decades of time. After that came destabilization. And that happens when you see riots and injustice and rebellion and lawlessness flood the streets. Then after that is crisis, and that's where we are right now. We are in crisis, and the mask-wearing narrative would seek to throw us into normalization, which is the 4th stage of subversion. Subversion is it's a military tactic to take over a nation without ever shedding a drop of blood. And you'd have to be blind not to see that that's where we are. And so the mask-wearing narrative would seek to throw us into normalization where we start thinking that child abuse is normal, and it's never going to be normal. We're never going to let that be normal. Do you know in Czechoslovakia, when it was overthrown in 1968, Brezhnev said, now the situation in brotherly Czechoslovakia has been normalized. He's made that statement as tanks rolled down the streets. And as we see our children roll by in their school buses, I can almost see the same. They're covered with masks, they're in bondage, and it is not okay. It is child abuse, and we are over and done with. And I would suggest to the board we add another pillar of character, and it would be righteousness. Righteousness is not religion, it's not holiness, it's just doing and saying what is right. We just want you to do what is right. We don't ask you to do much more than that. And when you stand up and you fight for our children and you do what's right, we will not stand against you. We will stand with you.
Thank you. James.